Hello, hello. I don't know if anyone's here yet, but hello if you are. I have 2 wheels, and I'll wait for a couple people to pop up in the chat. Maybe add a couple more suggestions. I don't want to add too many because there's already quite a number of options on the wheel, but I have real animals and mythical creatures, and we'll do mashups of both. I'll wait for a couple people to come in, and I'll leave the wheels on screen for everybody to take a look at what the options for tonight are. I just literally Googled list of mythical creatures. Threw some on there, threw some animals on there. Hopefully a pretty good variety of fun options. I'll wait for the chat to start. Gives me time to sit and enjoy my little drink here. And I hope everyone is having a good weekend, 4th of July weekend if you're celebrating that. And if you're not, then hope you're just having a good weekend. Ooh, I kind of want to add one more to the mythical creatures just so it's not green up against green. What else could I add? Let's see. Fairy, unicorn, phoenix, minotaur, centaur. What else could I add? Let me take care of that in the meantime. Oh, I could do basilisk. Let's do that. Let's add that in there. There, that fixes it. Much better. Much better. And if it's a slow stream and nobody watches, I'll just do it again next week. I'll just save these tabs for next week and do the same thing. It is a holiday weekend, so we'll see if anyone turns up. That's part of why I didn't stream yesterday. I was like, nobody's gonna turn up. They're busy with their families and whatnot. We'll see how it goes. Okay, and I did mute the tabs. Okay. I didn't need wheel spinning noises going. And if nobody turns up for 10 minutes, I'll just sign up and do it sign off and do it next week. This is what I thought would happen around, I can't remember if it was Halloween or some other holiday. I was like, nobody's gonna show up. And then I ended up getting like 14 or 15 people that turned up. So we'll see how it goes. Well, in the meantime, I'm just going to sketch for fun then. Alright, we'll turn these off. Where are they? Turn the wheels off. And if and when people show up, I'll turn the wheels back on. But in the meantime, let me just sketch something. I haven't drawn all day today, so it'll be fun to just sit and sketch. I always end up doing a cat or a rabbit. What else can I do? Well, fairy on the wheel got me thinking about Neopets fairies, so I might just sketch Alucin, the Neopets fairy. So I was just thinking about that today. What's a good ref picture of Alucin? And I might be mispronouncing that, but yeah, why not? Let's open this in a new tab. Just sketch her for a little bit. See, platypus are already hybrids, that's true. They're a natural hybrid. Well, that's what I was thinking with the mythical creatures as well. There's a couple that are already hybrids, like a mermaid, a selkie, a centaur, a minotaur. They're already they're already hybrids, so we'll see how they fare with, you know, another thing added in the mix of an animal and whatnot. Just a little warm up. Wow, she's got a really big chin. Can you tell I haven't drawn yet today? Small forehead, jeez. Loosen up a little bit before people come in, and I get spinning the wheel. Do some fairy wings. If anybody's a Neopets player here, you'll recognize her. Maybe. Get a nice green streak of hair in here. She's got her little leafy skirt. And maybe I'll just do one for fun. Who are you drawing? Oh, I'm just doing a warm-up sketch, waiting for people to pop up in the chat. It's Elucin from Neopets. She's a fairy. She's like an earth medieval fairy. Just for fun. Just to loosen up, because I haven't drawn yet today, so just for funsies. What else could I sketch here? Let's do something really simple. Aisha. Neopets. Which, if you grew up with Neopets, you probably pronounced the Neopets incorrectly. I know I did, because I used to say Aisha instead of Aisha. That's apparently wrong. So, just thinking of fairies. Fairy Aisha. Something fun to warm up with here while we wait for a few people to trickle in. Perry the Platypus. I could do a sketch of Perry. I wanted to do these hybrids, but it is a holiday weekend, and if people are just not going to turn up because they're busy, I'll just save it for next weekend. No biggie. In the meantime, I'm going to sketch this little Aisha. Little collar. Loosen up and do some of these big twirly fairy wings. Just a little warm-up sketch. And you know what? For fun, why not? We'll do Perry the Platypus. Something real quick and loose. Oh, that's a cute picture of him. I like him with the hat kicking. That's a cute pose. Why not? He's kind of like a very active rectangle shape. Like this is just one big long rectangle shape. And then hat. Gotta zoom into his face so I get a better look at it. There we go. I never watched too much of this show growing up. It was kind of in that window of like, my sister watched it, but I didn't. Kind of like Hannah Montana and all the live action shows that were really popular around that time. It was on TV, but it was like more for people a couple of years younger than me, I feel like. So I missed the boat on all the memes until later in life. I didn't give him enough room for his body. Here, let's just scoot that over a little bit. Clean it up. eye is not quite the right shape. His eyes are a little like wide and irregular. They're not round. They're an interesting shape. Has anyone seen a platypus in person? That's a good question. I don't know if I have. Like, I want to say yes because I've been to a fair share of zoos in my lifetime, and I'm sure at least one of them has a platypus. But I can't, like, I don't have a memory of a platypus, if that makes sense. I don't have a distinct memory of the time I saw a platypus, so maybe I never have. I would like to if I haven't. And then how do I do this perspective on this foot? It's kind of interesting. And it's a big foot, like this size. His tail sticks up like that. Is that about right? No. How about you? Have you seen a platypus in person? I hope the answer is yes. What was the experience like, if so? I need to know about the magic moment you met a platypus. Because I know for me, when I see the river otters at aquariums or zoos or whatnot, it makes my whole day. I remember every time I've seen a river otter, because they're my favorite. Whenever they're active and playing and sliding down slides and carrying stuff around on their tummies and just being cute. It's the highlight of the day always at the zoo or the aquarium. Three. There. 3 big old toes like that. It's really a rough sketch, but it's all about warming up anyway. Assuming I'm gonna keep drawing. If it's just me and one other person, might save the mythical hybrids for next week when there's more of an audience. And then just do a chill stream tonight. Just hang out for a little bit and sketch whatever I feel like. It's been a nice day of not working though. You just want to see if anyone else has? Well, I hope you get to see a platypus someday. I want that for you. I wish that for you. We'll add some crisscrossy lines on the tail here. Alright, it's a rough sketch, but it is a Perry the Platypus. That's him. Yeah, I'll give the stream an hour and see what it's looking like. I can at least get one hybrid in maybe if people start showing up in due time. But if not, I will sit here and just sketch Neopets and entertain myself. I'm happy to do that. I've been wanting to do a series of drawing every Neopet. Maybe not every paint color, because that would take forever, but one of every species of Neopet as like a mini version of the undertaking I did with every Animal Crossing character. I think that would be kind of fun, because I think there's like 60 or so species, so it's like a big project, but it's not huge. Like Animal Crossing was 480. That took forever. Not looking to replicate that. I think one of every Neopet would be a pretty good goal. And there's a Perry. Let's see. What Neopet do I feel like drawing? Maybe a Drake, since we're doing mythical creatures. Or that was the idea anyway, was mythical creatures. Oh, I like the 25th anniversary Drake they did. That's cute. That's cute. Alright. Do something kind of like that pose. I like the very happy expression and the joyful kind of leg up pose that they got going for this anniversary Drake. That's really cute. I'll make a few changes just to switch it up a little bit from the ref. But I like the happiness of it and the tail movement. A Mincy? Oh, I should do a Mincy, yeah. They're really cute. I really like on Grundos Cafe, which is like a fan version of Neopets, they have like a birthday one that's like an ice cream sundae. It's really cute. I don't think they have that on Neopets anyway. I haven't played Neopets.com Neopets in a long time, but I play Grundos Cafe a lot. So Neopets are always on the brain. And I love the fan colors they've done. This is a really rough sketch, but if it's cute enough, maybe I'll trace it over. And if not, I'll just move on to something else. This big, cute bow they have on the anniversary color. It's fun. I think it's birthday. No, it's chocolate. Chocolate Mincy. Now I'm curious. Do they have this on Neopets now? Chocolate Mincy. I think it's not as cute on... Yeah, it's just like chocolate colored with like whipped cream on his head. On Grundos Cafe, it's like an ice cream. It's like a banana split, which is really cute. Have a magnet of your current... Aw, thank you. Thank you for buying the magnet. How's the quality of it, by the way? Because I've bought test products of some of the stuff on that Redbubble. Like the shirts, the tote bags, and they all came out really well. But I never bought the stickers or the magnets, and I seem to see people buy those every now and then. I hope the quality is okay. I thought the totes are actually really good. I have an Isabelle tote somewhere. Alright, I don't know if the sketch is coming out as cute as I wanted to. Let's get some eyes in there. Get his little mouth open. This is real rough. But... Alright, that's not so bad. Just want him to look happy. Happy little cheek. These little things. There. Happy little hairs. Happy little bush. Happy little tree. Whatever Bob Ross is always saying. The print quality is good. Good, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I was impressed with the tote bag quality. I also have an Isabelle shirt somewhere. Somewhere. Alright. Just give him some hands real quick so he's not armless. And some wings so he's not wingless. That is a really... There's a quick sketch and then there's like completely messed up quick sketch, and that was the latter. That's a little bit better. Not that these are going to be like finished pieces anyway, but you know, I want it to look cute. Good warm up for my evening. And if I'm going to be drawing a dragon, if the wheel gives me a dragon, I'll have at least a little bit of dragon drawing under my belt for the evening. Alright, it's not my finest sketch, but alright. There's at least 2 or 3 people in here, I assume. Let's see. What does YouTube tell me? 3. Okay, that's enough. 3's a crowd. Let's get spinning this wheel. And we'll revisit this again next week, but I want to get at least one done tonight. Because I want to see what combinations these wheels give us. So on the left we have mythical creatures, and on the right we have regular creatures, and we're going to spin both, and I think both the tabs are muted, so you shouldn't have an assault on your ears from the clicking noise. So let's spin and see what we get. Let's spin the regular animal and let's spin the mythical creatures. What do we get? We're gonna try to combine all this. We're getting dragon right out of the gate. Ah, yes. Okay. I was like, basilisk wouldn't be as fun with a caterpillar, but a dragon caterpillar is pretty cute. Okay, so let's hit done. Done, and we'll leave these options here because there's other combinations that could be fun. And also, I'll just pin these wheels and use them next week. So, all right, a caterpillar dragon. What kind of caterpillar should we do? Let me look up cute caterpillar and see what we get. And I'll write on the screen what we're doing for anybody who pops up. Whoops. Or put on a layer that people can see. Caterpillar plus dragon. That's what we're starting off with this evening. A dragopillar, exactly. Oh, there's this cute little fat one holding a flower if you just search cute caterpillar. What kind of caterpillar is that? I like the big, chunky green ones. I don't know what type of caterpillar that would be. Is it just a monarch caterpillar? No, they have stripes. Though I think that kind of works for a dragon, actually. I like the stripes on the monarch butterfly caterpillar. I think I might go with that. Oh, he's got cute little antenna, too. Okay. Though I wonder if the 2 antenna is on the front end or if that's like a decoy. You know what I mean? Let's see. Our antenna, monarch, decoy. No, they are not decoys. Okay. That's what Google says anyway. Okay, sweet. Maybe the hybrid likes flowers. Oh, that's a good idea. All right. So caterpillar dragon, we can have him sitting on a flower because it's for scale and also because it's very cute. So let's roughly get some kind of flower in here. And we can change what type of flower, I guess, but we'll just do generic cute daisy, right? Just to figure out scale and where this dragopillar will go. And we can put him hovering over the flower to show that he is in fact flying, right? His body can kind of hang like that. He's got these floppy little antennae. And should we put beady little eyes on him? Or should we leave him eyeless? Because if you look at a caterpillar, you can't really see the eyes, which is also kind of cute. But maybe just a little, like a Beanie Baby beady eye would be cute as well. And I'll put stripes surrounding the eye so it's not blocking it. And it's a mix of like thin, thick, black stripes. So we'll do that. We'll do like thin, a little thicker, but we don't want it to intersect with the antenna. Thinner, thicker, and so on. And then some of the thick lines, they like branch out a little bit. So I'll change those in a minute, but just getting the vibe here. And he's got little tiny feeties. So I'm just gonna add a couple little bumps to indicate his little leggies. He's just a little guy. Let's see, would it be 8? Yeah, it would be... I want to get a better view of the little leggies. They have 16 legs, 3 pairs of tree legs, and 5 pairs of pro legs. So 16, so would it be 8 on each side then? 1, 2, 3. Huh. Well, we'll just do 4 because I think it looks cuter that way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I already did too many. We'll just do 4. Because I like the way the little nubbies look. It doesn't need to be perfectly correct. It is a fantasy creature after all, right? Now, some of these thick lines, they kind of split off, almost like lightning. So I'm going to do that on a couple of these. Like so. Like that. And it looks like he has like another little antenna on the back end like that. Now here's the thing is what kind of dragon wings? I'm gonna do a new layer. Let me just look up dragon wings. Like, do we want the big dramatic with the spikes and the little chunks taken out of them and horns and all that? Or maybe cute and bubbly looking, more like a Neopet, or let's see. Let me look at some for inspiration here. Maybe something cuter and simpler to match the caterpillar, though it would be kind of funny to have really dramatic fantasy wings on a caterpillar as well. I'm trying to look for something that reminds me of a monarch. Maybe they're very simple wings, but they have monarch coloring on them. Monarch butterfly coloring patterns, things like that. Okay, so that's a very simple wing shape, but it's orange and brown. It's just like somebody's costume. It reminds me of monarch wings, so I'm gonna loosely sketch some wings and then see if I can make them look monarch-y. It's very basic wings. Maybe even a little more open than that. And maybe they can have little holes taken out of them, but in the spaces that like monarch wings have like the holes, the little spots rather, the little white spots. Like that, you know? Hello, how's it going? And thank you for the kind words. Hope you're having a good weekend. I don't know where everybody in the world in the chat is from, but if you're in America, I hope you did something fun and or relaxing this weekend, or have something fun, relaxing planned this weekend. I ate some vegan burgers and got out in the sun today. Had my singing lesson. It was very fun. Sorry if this was zoomed out like this all the time. I wasn't paying attention. All right. I'll look up monarch butterfly wings, see if we can't get this looking a little bit more like that. I'm doing well. I had my singing lesson today, and it was beautiful outside. Got myself an iced coffee the size of my head, and then just answered some client emails and set up for stream, and here I am now. So it's been a nice chill day for myself. What was I gonna look up? Oh yeah, monarch wings. Duh. Monarch wings. Okay. Now I want it to give monarch butterfly without being too busy, because we already have a lot going on with the stripes on the caterpillar, so I'm going to simplify how it looks. So instead of having a bunch of different segments, okay, let me think this through. Get rid of these dots for now. It's going to be split into, it's almost like stained glass, the way that the monarch wings have these little segments, right? Like that. And I forgot to split this into thirds up here. Like that. Cool, you just got back from a long road trip. Awesome. Where'd you go, if you don't mind me asking, unless you can just give me a general went out west, went up north kind of thing. You don't have to dox yourself on stream. But a road trip sounds fun. And then where should I put the spots? I guess if it's like the monarch, the spots are kind of on the edge of the wing. So maybe I should do that. So maybe... What's the best way to do this? I'm going to leave those pieces up here. And then... maybe just the corner has the spots. Right? Like here. And maybe just the bottom edge of the wing has the spots. Because I want that little bit of monarch. And it can be a different shape than the monarch wings, because I mean it's its own thing. It's a dragon wing. It's not a monarch wing. So maybe like this.
We went to the Midwest and stayed at a cool lake for a week. Awesome. I am in the Midwest by a cool lake, but it's just called being in Chicago. It's not like camping or anything vacation-y. Though I guess people do come on vacation to Chicago. But that sounds like a great time. Happy for you. I've been meaning to get to the lake, but now that I know that there's like a public pool right by me, and I don't have to clean like sand out of anything, I've just been going there. But I've been meaning to go to Lake Michigan all summer. I will once before the summer's over. Probably August when the lake temp is a little bit nicer and warmer. Been meaning to get out to the lake. Make myself a big sub sandwich and bring some chips and cold drinks and just treat myself to a day at the lake. Alright, I think this is looking Monarch Butterfly-y. Add a few of these spots. We'll do them kind of irregular shapes like that. Okay, I think that works. And we'll have him flutter them a little bit. It's a little silly, but it's a hybrid. Like, it's gonna be a little silly. I want to fix the flower so it looks a little bit more even, or the petals do. Let's think, how many petals should there be? It doesn't have to be super detailed or anything, but just to give a sense of the size of the caterpillar, dragapillar. Maybe just have petals go this way and that way. Then I'm gonna outline this all and clean it up. And maybe give it a coat of paint. Maybe I'll take a little time and do a little extra TLC on this one because it's a slower stream for the holiday weekend. And then come back and do a bunch more next week because I can just save these wheels for next stream. And maybe think of other fantasy creatures. I was just looking at, Wikipedia list of fantasy creatures. I'm sure there's others I'm forgetting that would be good too. Or interesting animals to add to the list. I just added the most generic animals. Okay. And have the stem come out from here more. There, I think that's okay. And then I don't know what these lines are here for, but we can get rid of those. I'm going to get rid of the antenna on the back as well. I don't think we need it. And there's a dragapillar. Sounds like a drag queen caterpillar a little bit. I think he's pretty cute. I think the beady eye adds a lot. Alright, let's lower the opacity a bit. And then do a cleaned up sketch. That's not quite the thickness of line I want. How about that? It's a little better. I feel like it's still too thick at the end here, but let's lower the opacity a little bit more so I can see the line. Okay, that's better. That's better. I can see what I'm doing a little bit more clearly. If nothing else, I'll add a pop of orange as an accent color. We do like an orange flower, or maybe just the middle can be orange. Maybe it's orange and yellow. The caterpillar's like yellow, right? I have such a great memory. Show me the monarch caterpillar. Yeah, yellow. Yeah, I could do yellow and orange as like the only two colors and it would work. A little monochromatic kind of moment. I could do a yellowy orange and then a more orange and make it really a monochromatic orange moment. I think that would work for the color. Just to add a little something. If you request a hybrid, yeah, go for it. I might just do a real quick sketch of it, but what's your idea? It is a slower stream, so I technically have time to. Gonna do some random spots. Okay, I think that works. I think that works. And then the caterpillar's actually kind of wrinkly, but I don't know if I want to add all that texture. I think it's a little too much, so I'm just going to keep them smooth. Keep it simple. I think the texture of the stripes is like enough. It doesn't need to also be bumpy and lumpy. Though I will add his little feeties in. Okay, I just got some new comments. What's happening? Awesome sauce. A weasel cat hybrid. Ooh, weasel cat. We do that. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce it. Palace cat? I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the hybrid is caterpillar and dragon. I have these two wheels, and one's for mythical creatures and one's for regular. Weasel cat. Okay, I'll have to remember that. Weasel cat, weasel cat. I'll do the outlines of this and then we'll do a weasel cat. We'll save more of the fantasy real animal hybrids for next stream, perhaps. Let's see how fast I can do a weasel cat hybrid. We'll see. Capture it for supper. How do you think this would taste? Genuine question. I've never eaten like an insect. I don't imagine it would be really good. I imagine it would taste like grass. And not in a way that people like matcha, even though I don't really like matcha. It would be like matcha meat. Also, is everybody else seeing the random little like #1 and stuff? Like these badges are new to me. I've never seen these before in chat, but I'm intrigued. This is how much I know about the platform I stream on. I don't even know what the new stuff means. Hybrid ideas. Well, I'm gonna do a weasel cat next, and then I guess whatever I feel like after. I have wheels that I was spinning, but it is a holiday weekend, and it's a slower stream, so I'm like, well, if there's not like 8 to 10 people here, I'll just save it for next stream. But it looks like a few people have trickled in anyway. But regardless, I'll save the wheels for next week's stream anyway. And just do a part 2. Maybe a part 3. There's many interesting combinations on the wheels. The badges are a game, I guess, for viewers. That's new to me. I've never seen that before. That must be something they just dropped. Well, whatever. I hope it's fun for you guys. Just compete for first place. Oh, that's interesting. Well, that's one way to boost comments, I suppose. Gamify it. I haven't seen that until today. What brushes do you use? Right now I'm using the dry ink brush, which is a Procreate default. This is my favorite drawing brush ever. I also have a custom version of it called Dry Ink 1 that's just smaller and tighter, so there's not as many there's little tiny white holes, if you can see, which are nice. I like the added texture, but sometimes you want like a really precise brush, so I just edited the settings on Dry Ink and made a second one. And then I think the only ones that are from a pack or like something I had to pay money for, all these are Procreate defaults except for Round Render 1, which is this nice soft brush. Round Render is just an edit of Round Render 1. Round Render 1 does random colors like that, and that's just a setting you can change in Procreate. So Round Render is a paid brush, and Sketch Render is a paid brush. and this chalk one is as well. Those three are all from a brush set called Jing Sketch Ultimate, Jing Sketch Ultimate. If you Google, it's like it was on a paid ad on Instagram, and I thought they looked good. So those three are all paid, and then the rest are all default Procreate brushes. This chalk one though, this is like my favorite Procreate texture brush ever, and it used to come free default with Procreate. And in the newer versions, it's not there by default, but if you just Google Bonobo Chalk Brush Procreate, people have uploaded it for free elsewhere, so the more you know. Alright, we can get rid of that sketch layer. And I'm going to add just some pops of orange, just to, oh, we don't want to do round render, we want to do round render. We'll do orange on the inside of the wing. And of course, you got to season the body. How would you prepare and season the Dragapillar? What are we doing? Are we doing like a roast? Like, he's really small. Unless this is a gigantic flower, he's like really small. So, like an appetizer at best. But I'll leave that to your discretion. Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, I've bought all kinds of brushes for Procreate, but to be honest, the only ones that I've paid for that I use regularly are the three I pointed out from the Jing Sketch Ultimate, whatever. And I could live with just dry ink. Probably the round render is the only paid brush that like I can't live without. Nico Roll though can do a lot of heavy lifting, and this is a Procreate default as well. You can do a lot with the default brushes in Procreate, honestly. It would be a snack. You just throw them in the air fryer for 20, or like how are we preparing? You just get a handful of Dragapillars, you just throw them in the air fryer. Emergency French fries. I'll just do orange on the flower too, just to have a little balance. I don't know. A little something. And then we're gonna make the background white. Scary. I hate how the lighting looks on my face. That's the reason I save it for the end here. I think my phone thinks that I said SIRI because it lit up from across the room. I didn't say anything of the sort. Thought I was getting a notification. Alright, I'm gonna add a little bit of something to brighten up that orange. Ooh, and then maybe even like a really bright yellow, as if there's light coming from behind the wings. You know? But maybe it's darker. Ooh, I got an idea. It's darker here because the other wing behind it. You know? And then it's brighter like here where the sunlight would be. And then I gotta make these white again, these dots. It's rough, but like the idea is there, right? Not like that. How did I mess this up? Something like that shape. And then maybe a bit of brighter yellow like here. It's got pretty little monarch wings. Considering the size of its body, I'll assume it's about 4 inches long. Yeah, he's a little guy. He's fat for a little caterpillar, but... And then I kind of want to do really quickly some yellow stripes to define him as well. And his shade of yellow is a little bit lighter than this, but that's okay. I like this shade better. And I'm just doing these at random. An intelligent wolf that can rob you, but you can bargain with it to leave. Yeah, raccoon and a wolf. That would be a fun hybrid. Alright. I think that's good. It's a dragon caterpillar. I don't know what else you want. That's what it is. Alright, we're going to put these in a group. And hide it. And then I want to do a weasel cat request from earlier. And maybe for fun I'll add some little wings on it so it can be a fairy, so it can match into our fantasy theme for the stream as well. Let's see. Let me pull up a weasel. Oh, they're so cute. Ooh, the running pose looks like kind of how a cat would run, except a little bit more elegant. I like the running, because I can see the catness, the cattiness. They're similar, but I mean, there's differences. Weasels are much longer, for one. Stubbier little faces. I could do cat ears and a big bushy cat tail on a running weasel. I think that would be a good hybrid. Do I know what a sage grouse is? I do not, but I have Google right here, so. Sage grouse. Let me look that up. Ooh, that's a cool bird. That's interesting. Yeah, I could add some more interesting animals like this to the animal wheel. Not the mythical creature wheel. Where did that running weasel go that I just had? The winter weasel. I like this this running pose. It's really cute. Here, I'll sketch really quickly what I see, and then I'll make it look better and add cat features to it. It's like this long, slinky tube. He's got a little bit of tummy in the middle. His neck is kind of like long, but not super long. He's got this little face. Beady eye. Stubby little nose. I'll make the eye a little bigger and cuter just because it's me and I want to do that. Some whiskers. I'm going to put circles just where the ears go because I think I'm going to do cat ears to make it more cat-like. But... And then his paws aren't too far away from his head here. He's got like these little delicate little paws right here. It can inflate its chest. Yeah, it's interesting. I love my birds. Favorite is the American goldfinch. Kakapo, mantis, shrimp, firework, jellyfish. Ooh, kakapo would be a good one to put on the wheel. Yeah, the wheel has like the most generic animals. It's like bunny, cat, you know. You can tell I had put the wheels together about 15 minutes before stream started. So I'll update the wheel with more interesting creatures for next week. Whoa. What? Locked. I kind of want the head to be a little bit more sleek and short. It's like, it's a sleek looking head, but it's also kind of short and stubby. Like that. The wheels. The ears are like there. Yeah, the wheels on a weasel. Yeah, everybody knows about the wheels. The star jellyfish. A little late. Oh, no worries. Being in the bush, coming home. That sounds like an adventure. To the American ear, that sounds like an adventure you'd do on like Survivor or something. You haven't missed too much. I did a bunch of really lazy sketches just to warm up. An Aisha from Neopets, a Luzin from Neopets, Perry the Platypus, a Drake from Neopets. These were all just to like warm up and kill time because nobody was really here in the stream for a minute. And then I did a Dragon Caterpillar hybrid. So that's the mythical creature and real animal hybrid. And right now I'm doing a Weasel Cat hybrid, though I might add some fairy wings to it to add a little fantasy element. Gotta go. No worries. Thanks for popping in. If you lost reception, no big deal. The world does hold a lot of animals. Working at Art Fight. What is the deal? Like, I'm an old person, so like I've heard of Art Fight and I see people do it. But is it like themed art that you do every week or something and you get points for doing quote unquote attacks that are just like themed to different things that match your team? That's the impression I get. It seems fun, but like I know I couldn't commit to it because I haven't done Inktober in like 100 years. It looks fun though. Don't add wings to random animals, Mission Impossible. Yeah, if anybody has the deets on what exactly Art Fight is so I don't mess it up, that would be great. Because, like, I know of it. I see people post, like, art fight attack on Twitter and stuff. And I just never investigated. We'll do a big fluffy cat tail. We'll do some... Ooh, maybe I'll do, like, I'm trying to think of what colors to do. Because this is a winter weasel I'm basing this off of, so it's all white. But maybe I'll do those little tips on the ears like some cats have. Just to add a little bit of contrast. Oh, he's cute. Add some fluff behind the neck. Add some fluff here. It's kind of a rough sketch, but he's leaping out of the snow. Some little chunks of snow flying off behind his feet. Some whiskers. Oh, he's cute. Sounds like a pain. Make a drawing, create rules for what the other artist cannot do with character. Oh, that's interesting. Interesting. I'm all about restrictions and challenges and prompts for art, so I think that's actually a really great idea. Yeah, what do we want to name the dragon caterpillar? That's a great idea. We have not named that little fella. And we'll need a name for this weasel cat. I don't even think he needs wings. I think he's fine without them. He's already flying with his little feeties. Not everything the stream hit. This is kind of a chill stream because it's a holiday weekend stream. But I'll have the wheels prepared and ready for next week's. I'll do a couple hybrid animal fantasy animal streams, I think. Oh, this should come like this because it like connects. There. Have a little bit of fluff like that. Have a little fluff like that. Have a little fluff on the tummy. He looks pretty cute. Caterwing. Oh, that's cute. Let's give him a name. Caterwing. Unless anybody... I can write other suggestions too if anybody else has one. Ooh. Let's do some cursive. I think he's fancy enough. And if anybody else has any other names they want to throw, it can have a middle and a last name as well. Open for suggestions. Same with the weasel cat, which I'm going to clean up real quick here. And I think I'll leave it white with just the little black tips on that and maybe a black tip on the tail to match the weasel tail, but make it bushier like a cat tail. Snowflake. Aw. Snowflake's cute. Shoot, you got name ideas? Fire them off. I think Snowflake's cute for him. Let's see. Snowflake. I want a cuter S. There we go. Oh, even better. I don't know why I feel like doing cursive on these. Just feels fancy. Unappropriate. Do a couple snowflakes. That's cute. A hummingbird firefly. Oh, that is cute. Maybe I'll do that. I haven't drawn a hummingbird, I don't think, ever. That's why I like asking the chat what they want sometimes, because it's like, you guys throw out animals that like I never would have thought of drawing for any reason. I'm so used to drawing just like, oh, cat, dog, maybe somebody's pet parrot, guinea pig, stuff like that. And we'll add a little extra sparkle to the eyes because it's cute. Some fluff on the face. Cursive's more fun, the writing style. Yeah, cursive's fun. Oh, these whiskers bend because he's running. Maybe even a little bit more of a bend. It's kind of kitty cat whiskers. A bit of fluff inside the ears. Aw, I like this little guy. Snowflake. I'm sorry if my glasses are like tapping the mic. I just noticed how close. I'm sorry if you're getting unintentional glasses on mic ASMR moments. Not my intention. And I don't even need to color this one, so this is great. More animals that look good with white fur. Thank you. So they look totally done at the black and white phase. Half realistic and half cartoony. Thank you. It's how I learned as a kid, really, is like I would just sit and like try to copy what I saw in like a magazine or on TV or whatever, like a real animal. And then I would just kind of cartoon it up. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right or wrong way to learn, but it's kind of how I self-taught. Like blending realistic things with cartoony things. As long as it ends up cute, I'm happy with it. And it works for these streams where like I have to on the fly draw stuff. Because I'm looking at it on Google Images, but I don't want it to look like the Google Images necessarily, you know? If I had more time with each one, they'd probably end up a lot more cartoony, because I think the more you draw stuff, the more confident you get with it, the more stylized and like abstracted it gets, at least from my experience. I can really push and exaggerate the shapes and stuff. But while I'm learning or just doing stuff improv, it's going to lean a little bit more realistic. But I'm glad you like the look of that. So it's just demonstrating how my brain works, figuring out... Oh, didn't want to do that. Figuring out... Oh, I gotta color it myself. How to draw these animals. It looks like a weasel. Yeah, maybe longer whiskers. The tail could be a little bigger as well. Gerald in the hybrid style. Maybe for next week. We'll revisit the ones that need makeovers at a later date. Maybe I acquire a pile of them that need makeovers and we just do a makeover stream where we have like the before on one side and the after on the other, and we put them in like a little like makeover chair and glam them up, you know? Because I'm sure at some point I'm going to have a collection of like 3 or 4 of these that are like, listen, I did my best, but they need some work, you know? And we just do a makeover stream and make them nice. That'd be kind of fun. Minotaur. Ooh, Minotaur would be a fun one to come up. Yeah, do you all want me to spin the wheel next? Because I spun the wheel once. I think I want one more wheel spin in tonight. Yeah, he is weaselly. How do we make him more cat-like? I think more whiskers. More defined whiskers. And then, let's see, let's add a couple more whiskers, which is a little more catty. And the eye can have a little bit of a angular thing to it, more like a cat eye. And what else could be cat-like that we could add? I don't want to change his body too much because I like the way his paws are. Maybe he's just a really fluffy weasel, or maybe his ears are bigger. I think that might help as well. Let's make the ears a little bit bigger. That's cute. Yeah, Salami was a fire makeover. Firefly Hummingbird. Oh, that's true. All right, yeah. We'll do Firefly Hummingbird. And then I should have enough time to spin the wheel one more time after that. So let's do Firefly Hummingbird next. We'll leave this one black and white. Ooh, do these little chunks of snow too. There, I think that's good. And we'll make the background white temporarily just to see what he looks like. And there's our friend Snowflake. I think he's pretty cute. I think he turned out pretty well. He's like 80%, 85% weasel, and the rest cat. But still technically a hybrid. There are some cat-like features here. But let's try to do a real like 50-50 hybrid with this Hummingbird Firefly. Though the instinct is to just have a glowing hummingbird, because that's cute. But let's see what other traits. Oh, that's such a cute picture of a hummingbird. The pose of that is so cute. With the tail pose of this one. Okay. I have the ref for hummingbird down immediately. Good. And now we need firefly. Do they have antenna? I hope they have something else I can add. Okay, they do have antenna. And the wings are like see-through and pretty. So we'll do some see-through wings on the hummingbird with a glowing butt and some antenna. I think that'll work. I'll be doing a Friday next week because I'm going to church on Saturday, which is Sunday and my day. Oh yeah, maybe yeah, Friday. It was a holiday yesterday, and to be honest, I wasn't doing a whole lot other than relaxing and eating, but I didn't feel like streaming yesterday, so I'll keep a mental note to stream Friday this coming week. Just today was going to be a... sorry, I'm just getting my reference open. Today I knew it was going to be voice lesson and then a whole lot of nothing and then streaming, so I'm like, Saturday will be good. No, I mean next week for next stream, next Friday. Oh, somebody was telling you bye. I see. I got confused. All right. So, hummingbird. This picture, I just searched hummingbird and there's this cute little orange hummingbird. He's just a baby. I want to capture the energy of this before I firefly it up. So I really want to look at this photo and capture the essence of this cute, fat little hummingbird. He's got like his little wingies here, little beaky here, big eye. It's got like a white mask around it as well. Just a very cute looking eye. Almost perfectly round little head. It's like a little angled. Like that. And he's got this chubby little lemon body. He looks so cute. Now how are we going to do the glowing butt and still keep the tail feathers? Because I really like the angle of the tail feathers in this other ref I have that's like this. I like that. But his little feeties are just tucked in. Yeah, an insect and a bird is interesting. I'm thinking about how to have the butt glow, but then maybe it's the tail feathers that glow, or maybe it's the whole lower end that glows. Gotta think. Or maybe I just omit the tail feathers for now. Just get the rest of it drawn in. And he's got little wings like this, which I think will actually look good as firefly wings. But I just want to get the size of them sketched in. And maybe just one little teeny foot tucked in like here. And then the firefly has an antenna that's kind of like this, and there's little segments, little like that. I'm exaggerating. They're a lot smaller than that, but it's kind of like that. Little V's that kind of stick out past the sides. Like that. Blaze the firefly. I could have the feathers glow instead. Yeah, that's true. The center of the belly. Ooh. That's cute. It's kind of like E.T.'s heart glowing, but like not scary. Yeah, his like tummy could glow, or maybe his chest. It could be even shaped like a heart, you know, it could be really cheesy. I'll put a new layer with a yellow brush in a minute, and we can all as a chat figure out some options for what makes it glow. Not what makes it glow, where it should glow. We'll do a couple different options and consult the chat on a new layer in a moment. But there's a few options. The tummy's cute. Nice long beaky. This little orange hummingbird photo is so cute. He just looks so chubby for such a little, delicate little creature. He's so sweet. I really want to, I wish I had, well, I guess I have a backyard where I'm at. Set up a hummingbird feeder and just have them land on me. I want the feathers to come down like that a little bit. Just trying to get the face of this guy right. Because the photo I'm looking at is so cute and it's like hard to capture. What about it is so cute to me? He's a fat little lemon. It's almost like the eye is shaped with like a point at the end and then has a little like white mask around it. Not to get hung up on like such a little detail, but it's cute. Maybe a little bit smaller of an eye. That's a little bit better. Let's see. Through the consumption of sugar, it's able to glow. Ooh. Honey Glow is a really cute name. I like that. I'm gonna sketch it over here really quick. Honey Glow. Do some little sparkles. That's cute. Vibrant sound. Oh, if it's low on nectar, the light is an indicator. That's cute. So I was thinking for the wings, and veto me if this is silly, but I really like, I'm looking at the photo of the firefly, and I like the see-through wings. So I'm thinking the same shape as a hummingbird, so like this would be solid, right? Like feather or whatever material. And then this part is like see-through. The little ends. It looks kind of like those little maple seeds that spin a little bit, but I was thinking of doing, because I like how it's like black and see-through with the light. I think that looks really cool, especially if the background's going to be darker. Let's make the background a little bit darker. And then we're going to do a new layer with just a yellow brush really quick. Or like bright white, whatever. See-through wings. And then we can get a little bit of light bouncing off the wings too. But let's do an informal poll here of where glow could be. Because we could still add tail feathers as well, right? So we could have just the entire... Ooh, see, this is round render 1. It's giving me random colors. We want regular. We could do that and then some glowing feathers, like the whole butt. So that would be option 1. And then option 2, do regular tail feathers and have like a tummy glow. 2. 3, we could do like a chest, like a heart glow. And that might be kind of cute because it would like light up the undersides of things from here, you know? It's like a heart glow. And then I'd do regular tail feathers. So those are the 3 that I think would work the best. So we have the full butt glow. We have the tummy glow. We have the chest glow. We could also do, I guess, just literally the butt. And then the tail feathers are like regular. You know? I guess that would be option 4. So what do we think? I'm going to flip through these really quick. I don't know if anybody's got any option number 5 ideas they'd like to share. But I think any of these could work. The most obvious firefly one would be 1. 2 in your opinion? Let's see, the tummy. Yeah, the tummy's pretty cute. And then you can also get a little bit of that glow on the underside of the wings too. Go through them a couple more times. 2. Okay, that's 2 votes for 2. And I agree too. I think that's really cute. So let's eliminate these ones. Let's sketch out some tail feathers. Put those in place. I could either do the tail feathers out. No. I like the funky ones that kind of go up under the body like so. Like that. I think that's cuter. Like that. You like one? We can have a, you know what? Because it's coming from the belly, we can have a little bit of that light shining and bouncing off of the feathers as well. So I think it'll still give it that firefly glow. Because it's going to reflect and bounce off the shiny feathers anyway. And it'll also bounce a little bit here. Maybe a little bit on the eye, just just to have a fun little glowy moment, right? I'll lower the opacity of that, lower the opacity of this, and clean up this sketch. A little streak behind it Neumes. Aw. This is a baby? Yeah, this is just a baby. It's just a little fella. Or girl. What do we think? Is Honeyglow a boy or a girl? What do we think, chat? I'll leave that up to you. I have no preference. It's a healthy baby. I don't care if it's a boy or a girl. A healthy little baby. My beautiful baby Honeyglow. The size of a thumb. Oh, a little girl. Male hummingbirds are more colorful, so maybe male. Doesn't matter to me. You know what? Honeyglow is whatever you want. Honeyglow is a boy or a girl, depending on how you're feeling about it. The name is kind of genderless as well. Honeyglow is Honeyglow. They're non-binary. Could be a non-binary hummingbird firefly hybrid creature. I'll just tuck the little feeties in here. And we'll do these wings. Whoops. And I think this is a pretty good, like, 50-50 firefly hummingbird. I was convinced it was just going to be the glowing part and maybe some antenna, but with the wings, I think it's pretty evenly split hummingbird firefly. Is anybody from a part of the world where they call them lightning bugs and not fireflies? Because there are fireflies where I'm from, but I've heard lightning bug. And there's probably some other funny names too, but... I think I'll leave the background color darker for this too, so you can see the light. Have this antenna be more in the foreground of the head, or the front of the head. And then this one's the side. We'll do those little V things in a moment. No, but I know the other name. Yeah, if you know any other names for fireflies, let me know in the chat. It's like some places in the United States, sneakers are sneakers, someplace they're tennis shoes, someplace they're gym shoes. They were sneakers where I grew up. The trainers elsewhere. It's always fun when there's little slight differences like that. You're not sure if you have fireflies out there? Excuse me. I hope that wasn't really loud in the mic. I apologize if it was. Yeah, I have no idea if... I mean, how would I know? I don't live there. I've never been there. If there are hummingbirds or fireflies in the outback. Honey... glow. And then on a new layer, I'm going to do just a lighter shade to do these little V shapes. Make them a little smaller than what I did in the initial sketch. Make it look a little bit more detailed. And I'll probably change the color of this as well, but this bright color is just so I can see. Maybe make them just dark gray. Just make it a little added something. Little added firefly detail. And then the fun part, we'll do... I want to do a dark gray for inside the wings because it's like a smoky glass. I don't know how else to describe it. The firefly wings, it's like clear glass but with a smoky kind of black finish to it. I think it looks really pretty. And it's almost like the edges of each of these little lines is a little bit smoky. Like that. And I think that looks really cool. Maybe even a little darker. Not quite black, but like almost. So it's see-through, but it's like dark. I don't know. I think that looks really cool. On the picture of the firefly I'm looking at anyway, it looks really neat. And black for this part, or dark. And then maybe to add a little something something, because it's nighttime, right? So we'll add a little glow of blue moonlight. That's a little too blue. Or rather, I want something like that. A little bit of moonlight hitting the very top of the wing. Maybe here too. A little bit of moonlight. And then I want the body to be dark. So we'll get a nice dark bluey green. I don't want to get too detailed with the color, but I do want some color. And I'm going to make this way darker because I want the glow to really stand out, you know? It won't be really hyper realistic coloring or anything fancy, but it'll be enough so that we get an idea of the glow. I want like a peacock blue sort of color. Oops, let's... Oh, this wing should be like... It should connect to the body a little differently. So like, should come here and connect like so. That looks a little bit better. It's like in the front of the body. Right? Yeah. Want that. Get rid of this. Sorry if I'm not reading chat and I'm in the zone trying to fix this wing. I'll check in a second what everybody's saying, because I can see out of the corner of my eye that people are saying stuff. Round render. Like so. Alright. And a little bit of that moonlight. Anyone look there? Alright. I'm gonna alpha lock this and do something cheaty. Let's see if round render 1 will come to my rescue. Ooh, that's cool. Just giving me a bunch of different colors, and then I can smudge them all and make it darker. And make it kind of cheated iridescence. Add a little bit of green in there too. Where's the green? A little bit of... Yeah. And we want this to be super dark, this part. Or at least I do. Hey. Silver, hey, yes you're here. Oh. I thought you were yelling at me to make the hummingbird silver. I'm like, well, I guess I could, but I don't want to, so I'm not going to. How's it going? Are you two just people that like to pop in on random streams and chill? I appreciate it. I appreciate you chilling here with me for a moment. Actually, I want to do that on a different layer. Go back. It's kind of too bright for what it is, but that's okay. We want to... I want to make this a little darker. More saturated, but darker. Alright, it's not my finest coloring moment, right? But hear me out. Ooh, that's bad with the blur. We're going to leave it like it is, okay? And then lower that brightness even more. And then I want to do the glow so that it really pops. The glow will fix everything, or it'll help, right? So let's do a glow right on the tummy. And I might even change the blending mode and see if we get like a cooler effect. Let me see if this is the right shape and size everybody agreed to on 2. More or less. That's pretty dead on, right? Alright. I wanted to make sure it matched the general shape. And I'll soften up the edges too. I'm just trying to get that shape right. Okay. You're good. The glow could be purple or blue or silver for Jimmy. It could be a different color. We can play with that in a moment. Let me get the placement right, and then we'll try out a few different colors and see what looks cooler. And we'll do a little bit of highlight from the glow on the underside of these wings too. I can go erase that in a sec. Ooh, and this eye needs to be darker. Or this, like... That way we can get a nice glow on top. Like that. Would the glow be powerful enough to hit the eye from there? Probably not, but it looks cute, so we're just gonna do it. Nobody said anything about realistic rules to lighting in this stream, right? If it's cute, it works. Okay, there's a little bit of glow there. And then let me try really quick. Where is it? Bloom. Oh, see how like intense that gets? Maybe let's try that. That is such an intense glow. I'm gonna erase the edges actually a little bit just to soften it a smidge. Ooh, it's like green if I erase it. It's interesting. Yeah, I don't like how it shows green through it. Okay. I like the shape of the glow, but I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller. So it really looks like the tummy is glowing. And then get rid of this layer so I can see what's actually sticking out of the edges here. And then I'm going to do another glow layer on top of just white. Just to really... Where did it go? Airbrushing. Soft. Not that big. Let's do... And we're going to change the blending mode on this too so it's not bright white. Okay, let's play with the blending mode here. Ooh, add is kind of pretty. Ooh, that's like white. That's stark. That's too much. Add. Adios, Leafy. Hope you have a nice day, night. What are you talking about? Oh, and there are animals that have good vision so the light wouldn't affect it. That's true. Do I want the light extending outside of it? Nah. I'll leave it, I guess. I didn't like how white it looks there. Alright, let's get rid of that sketch layer. Let's try different colors real quick just to see. We'll make this even lower opacity so we can see the color. Color balance. Let's just... Oops, wrong thing. Hue. Let's play with the hue. Ooh, the blue's kind of fun. I'm still a fan of the yellow just because it looks more firefly-y. Ooh, that's kind of fun too. I don't know, the blues are kind of fun, but it doesn't scream firefly to me. I think it has to be, you know, orange or yellow to like give the idea that it's a firefly in my opinion. So I'm gonna make it yellow. And maybe do a glow like this and lower the opacity. Let's blur it out. That's alright. That's glowing. What do we think? That's a firefly hummingbird, right? Let me close this out. I think that says firefly hummingbird. Let me make sure it's all on screen for you guys. Honeyglow, the firefly hummingbird. And there's just enough time in the stream before I feel like checking out at my 2-hour mark. I think I'll spin those wheels one more time. Let's get one more fantasy real life hybrid in the mix, I think. Alright, let me find... Where's my tab with my wheels? Make them visible for y'all first. Oh, why is that one cut off? What is happening? Hello? Let's see, option. Can I, like, fix this? It's always something. It is always something. Ungroup these. What is the deal with this one? Okay. Fixed. Crisis averted. Okay, we can see both the wheels. Alright, let's give the fantasy wheel and the real creature wheel a spin. You can hear its buzzing wings. Good luck. Thanks for stopping in. Cerberus. Llama. Yeah, this will be fun. Alright, 3-headed llama. Cerberus llama. Alright, we're gonna hide these. Let's put all these into a group. If it'll let me. Alright. Put this on the top. There's so many layers in this one. Get in that group. Okay. Then we can hide that. New layer. Back to my toolbox. Get that dry ink out. 3-headed salami style llama. Yeah, let's get llama in the mix here. Where is... Oh, salami. Salama llama. We'll take a screenshot. Or you know what? We'll just copy and paste. I like the rainbow color. I think it was Mountain Dreams did the rainbow color salami. But just a little ref of salami over here to remind us. This will be the cutest, cuddliest Cerberus. Let me Google... I want, like, the weird paws and... Oh, it looks like Cerberus usually has, like, a dragon tail as well. Okay, we'll do that. Do some collars with spikes on them. On a llama. Yeah, why not? Alright, cool. Cool. Let me just sketch, like, a big dog body. Paws and claws. Little ferocious body and then cuddly llama heads. We might make the paws cuddly too, but we're just gonna start with loose, you know. I like the kind of spiky tails I'm seeing for different interpretations of Cerberus. It's like this with either a spiky end on it or maybe some spikes on the tail, like so. Big barrel chest with, like, it's a guard dog, right? So happy 4th of July. Oh, thought you were wishing it here, buddy. I was like, well, happy 4th to you. I'm surprised we haven't heard any fireworks going off in the background yet. I guess it's not quite time for people to start launching them in their backyard, but alright, this is a really rough dog body. Pardon the pun. Something like that. Now, how do we put 3 llama heads on this and make it cute and interesting? Just make the shapes first. It'll look a little bit like a Diglett or a Dugtrio. while I figure it out. And we want different emotions on the faces. Maybe one that's a little angry, maybe one that's a little ditzy, maybe one that's really happy. I think that'd be kind of cute. And maybe simplify the dog body because it's like a little too realistic compared to Salami, right? So maybe we like squishyfy these dog legs. Maybe make them even stubby and short. And cute. Almost like a puppy Cerberus, maybe? Like it doesn't need to be this big. I like the claws, but like maybe the tail's the only thing intimidating. Or maybe they have spiked collars. But they're like silly and kind of squishy. You know? Because it is silly. It's a silly looking thing. I don't necessarily want it to be scary. Salami is so cute. Yeah, for you it's the 5th. It's the 5th for me as well, but you know. It's the weekend of the 4th, which means people are going to be lighting off fireworks all weekend. At least in the city here. Yeah, I chose not to stream yesterday. I just didn't feel like it. Nice fluffy ears. We'll have this one be like angry Salami. Maybe his nostrils are a little extra flared. Angry Salami. And this one's like perky, happy leader of the Cerberus. Maybe winking. Same body, 3 different brains. Squishy face. There you go. You spent time with family? That sounds good. And thank you. Happy 4th to you. Got rained on. Yeah, it was kind of a bummer. Anybody that had like outdoor plans on the 4th, it was like so cloudy and like a little bit rainy, at least here. But the day before and today have been beautiful. A little hot, but beautiful. So I guess if you had 4th of July weekend plans, today would be your day to do it, huh? But it was kind of like, you know, when you don't get snow on Christmas, but you get snow like a week later. It's like, okay, but where was this on Christmas, you know? It ruins the vibe of the holiday. You want 4th of July to be hot and you'd be out in the grill and stuff. Alright, this one's angry, this one's happy, this one can be just kind of silly and spaced out, like looking at a butterfly or something. Which I think is kind of funny for like a guard animal, like easily distracted. Just aloof and a little ditzy. It's not guarding anything. It has no idea what's going on. This head has no idea what's going on ever. This is kind of like that like meme image of the dragons, you know, the 3-headed dragons. If anybody knows what I'm talking about. With the one dragon's got like its tongue sticking out and being silly. It's kind of like that. Maybe I want the smile to be a little like grumpy but still cute. Alright, the collars are a little ridiculous, but so is a llama Cerberus, so like toothless. Let's make the tail a little squishier as well, maybe a little smaller. I want everything to have the same squishy appeal as Salami over there. So thicker, rounder lines, more huggable. Maybe some spikes, but there's a few of them and they're kind of squishy as well. We don't want a very intimidating creature, at least I don't. I think the body's giving puppy, maybe if I add some fluff to it. Squishy looking fluff. Make the paws a little rounder. Oh, and maybe make the ears angry on this one too. The ears are another way to convey emotion. Maybe even a little bit like really angry. Down and really upset. And maybe this one's, he's perky, but he's got like a droopy ear just because he's a little silly. Another way to show their personalities. Alright, it's goofy, but it's cute. And maybe they have different facial weights. Like, I feel like this one's jolly, so it could be a little chubbier, perhaps. A little rounder, chubbier cheeks. This one's just perky and active, so he's a little bit slimmer. And maybe this one's real skinny. Just to make them all a little bit different. They're all their own distinct personality. They're not too much different, but they're different enough. Alright. Where did my OBS window go? I want to make sure everything's good. Okay. I kind of want to flip the way this butterfly is, so it's flying the other way. It's flying away, and this one's contemplating chasing after it. I think that works. Alright, squishy, and I want to do one more thing. I want to play really quickly with the proportions of the body, because I kind of want the heads to be bigger. So maybe if I just make the body a little smaller, and then move the tail out of the way, so it's not bumping into the chin there. Oops. Maybe move it like so. Like so. I think that works. Alright, and let's outline these salamis, this trio of salamis. It's a shame Leafy Kitty had to leave, because I think Leafy Kitty would have liked the salami trio. But I'll present it next week. We'll just do solid black eyes for now, and then go in and add those highlights on a new layer. Flared nostrils, angry mouth, angry eyebrows. The hair kind of ends here. Like ends in a point. Alright. That's the angry head, and then we'll do the perky one here in the middle. Like this. Wasn't happy with that line. It's a little bit better. I'll keep it. Okay, that wasn't my finest line. Let's try again. Get it nice and smooth. Loosen up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes counting helps. I don't know why. There, that was much better than the last attempt. There we go. Do a little winky eye. Happy little smile. Let's do a chubby little face on this one. Some floof in the ears. We'll just make this ear kind of droopy and silly. Erase the overlap here. If it works for you, then by all means, yeah. I don't know why, sometimes just like counting out 1, 2, 3, 4, it just helps the strokes be smoother. Like 1, 2. I do weird stuff with visualizing too, like in my voice lessons I was talking about um, focal placement, like you have to place the notes in the front of your face. And the way I think about doing that is I imagine like I'm singing out of a big pointy beak like an eagle, like caw. And if I visualize that, I get the notes out of my nose. Because for our first performance of what we'd learned in class, I had to do Call Me by Blondie, and that's a lot of that. Like, call me! Like, it comes out of your nose. It helps. Weird little tricks help. If it's stupid but it works, it's not stupid. That's the rule. At least you weren't talking to yourself. I do occasionally, like not full conversations, but you know, if I'm talking myself through cooking something in the kitchen, I'm like, okay, get out, you know, this seasoning, this. It'll help me have everything organized in one place. So I don't have full conversations with myself. I haven't reached that level of craziness yet, but it does help. I was thinking I was going to be talking to myself for the stream. I was like, okay, nobody's here. That's fine. It's a holiday weekend. I was like, okay, if there's like me and one other person here at the hour mark, I'm just going to call it. But then people started coming in, so nice surprise. Thank you all for popping in. Yeah, you hear the other voice in your head, let it burn. Set off the smoke alarm in your kitchen on purpose. And not on accident like every other time you've done it. Smoke alarms anymore are like, it's like car alarms, you know, where like there's an intended function, right? But if you hear a car alarm, you're not thinking somebody's having their car stolen. You're thinking some idiot doesn't know how to turn off their car alarm. Same with like a smoke alarm. I hear a smoke alarm and I think somebody burned something in the kitchen. I never think, oh my gosh, a fire started. Like, it doesn't really achieve its goal. In an emergency, you'll be glad to have it, but 9 times out of 10, it's a nuisance. Like, okay, get the biggest sheet pan you can and just fan all the smoke away from it until it stops. I have never once heard a car alarm and seen or heard of anyone like rushing to help the car in question. Alright, let's get this tail done. Okay, that first stroke was okay. This part is a little wonky, but I'm just going to fix it like that. I'm not going to redo the whole thing. That looks good enough to me. We'll just do a couple spikes and make them nice and round and chunky. And we'll get these collars in as well. I'll do the spikes on a new layer because I need to think them through a little bit. True, I've not yet. Right? Like, I've never seen anybody like, oh no, someone's car's being broken into. And like, if somebody's breaking into somebody's car, are you gonna stop them? Or I guess you could call the police, but what's the alarm gonna do? I feel like you notice regardless of the alarm if that's happening. I don't know. It seems a little silly, but a well-intentioned feature. Ooh, I wanted to make this a dotted line as well. Make it a little more whimsical. Isn't that sweet? Okay. Now, ooh, I want to move this eye up. This one's bugging me. Should be up a little bit. Okay. Let's do these collar spikes on this new layer here.
Let's do one sticking out there. I guess I'll have one sticking out here. That's why I want to do it on a new layer so I don't mess up anything underneath. And they're spiky, but they're still pretty round and squishable. Which reminds me of Toothless, actually, as brought up earlier. In Lilo and Stitch, the animated one, not the live-action one that I have no interest in seeing. Or CG, whatever. The old good one. Chris Sanders, the artist behind the design of the whole movie, as well as the design of Toothless. And Toothless looks so much different and I think cuter than any of the other dragons in that movie, because all the edges of Toothless are very round. There's no points anywhere. So I always think about Stitch, and like I remember watching a featurette behind the scenes of like Lilo and Stitch, and they were talking about that, how there's like no hard edges in any of the designs. So I distinctly remember them talking about this at the part where like the big semi truck flips over, I think, and there's a little frog in the street and Stitch with his little guns shooting, and like everything from the gun to the truck and what, like there's no 90-degree angles or points or anything. Everything is squishy. So I always think of that when I'm trying to do cute characters, is keep everything squishy. I'll make these collars black, I think. Like, you can have a pointy collar and a spiky tail, but if you round those edges out, it's gonna take it from looking intimidating to looking cute and squishy. And I've said this before on stream, I think, but I wish the other dragons in How to Train Your Dragon were like also designed by Chris Sanders. I guess it works because Toothless stands out. Like, his design is so unique that like you can tell he's a special dragon. But it's kind of a bummer that like the rest of the designs look like they're from a different movie, to me, in my opinion. They're so at odds with how Toothless looks that it's like almost a different movie aesthetically. I don't know. Do I even want these to be white? Well, I guess it works if the background's white. Let's just change that. There we go. And then we can do a shading layer and call it a day. I'm a genius. I say I'm a genius because it's almost time for me to get off stream and go find something to eat. But I'm going to add some shading to our Cerberus and some highlights to the eyes as well to make it cute. Is this a new layer? Okay, good. I'm going to add a shadow to everything. I guess I'll have the light coming from the left. The frog didn't even try to escape. It just accepted its fate. Yeah. Do I know about the triple strike? I do not. Elaborate. Yeah, that frog didn't care what happened to it at all. I love that its eyes, too, are like, if I remember it, it's like, here's the frog, and its eyes are just like that. Like, it has no idea what's going on. His little fingers, too, are just like squishy. Oh. I'm gonna have to draw. I'm gonna do fan art of the frog from Lilo and Stitch one of these streams. I love him so much. Is there other dragons? I haven't seen the original How to Train Your Dragon in so long. I don't remember that much about it, to be honest. Sleuther? Is it the name of a dragon? Or is it the name of the frog from Lilo and Stitch? A dragon with 3 scorpion stingers that can combine them and separate. Ooh. No, I'm not up to date on How to Train Your Dragon lore. I've only seen the first movie and only seen it, I think, probably in theaters when it came out, so that's my limited knowledge. Is the death song another type of dragon? I watched Lilo and Stitch DVD so much as a kid. What a fun callback. Remember how puffy inflated the camera Lilo had was? Yes. Yes, yeah, I remember that too. Man, whatever happened to the like DVD commentary featurettes and stuff? That was like my whole life. I knew so many random pieces of like movie trivia from just watching all the like
I would watch commentary on movies that weren't even like that good, just just because it was a DVD that I had in my house from either Netflix literal physical DVD rental that came in the mail. That's how old I am, or it was just a DVD that we had in the house. So I'd just sit and watch the featurettes. I remember a lot of random trivia about Lord of the Rings because I watched all the commentary on those. Like, I know that scene where Frodo and Sam and Smeagol are walking through, like, all the floating, like, corpses and stuff in the river or whatever that was filmed in a parking lot. Like, I just know these things. I think about how many hours I feel like I had to fill with doing stuff like that, like watching DVD featurettes and just, like, drawing. And I'm like, I feel like I had 48 hours in a day when I was young. And now I feel like I have 6 hours in a day. Like, I wake up and the day's over. I feel like I just woke up like 3 hours ago. You know what I mean? Like, I had my voice lesson, I had lunch, and now I'm streaming and it's going to be like 8:30 in my time when I get off. Day's over. I had unlimited hours in the day when I was young. I didn't squander them because I drew a lot and I make a living drawing now. So I guess it wasn't wasted, but like, man, it feels like you have endless time from your perspective. I feel like I had multiple days in my day. Like, I had music video block watching before school, and then like time after school was either with friends or on the computer, and then late night was like drawing. So like I had 3 or 4 days in my day. I guess I could have that now, but you get lazy when you freelance like I do. I guess that's my problem. Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings, yup. We watched all those multiple times. How to Train Your Dragon had 2 shows, actually. I didn't know that. We'll add a little blue. But like, Caitlin, if you remember, I would watch the DVD featurettes for like Dude, Where's My Car? And like The Goonies and like, just like the most random movies. I remember like Sean Astin commenting on The Goonies, being like, this green screen in this movie is terrible. Like, why do I have any need to remember this? That like Sean Astin commented on how bad the green screen effects were in The Goonies. I have no need for this knowledge in my brain. But it's there, and it's there forever. Anger Management, like the most random movies that were just around the house. Did I even like the movie? Not really. Am I going to sit and watch the cast talk about it? Yeah, why not? I got nothing better to do. Let's go. And I miss the fun stuff that used to be on DVDs too. Like the menus were fun to screw around with, and the featurettes were fun. Like the Harry Potter ones had hidden stuff on them. DVDs were so fun once upon a time. All right, and then we're gonna lower the opacity of that sketch layer a little bit. That's not a bad Salami Cerberus. What do we think of Salami Cerberus, everybody? And technically had 2 shows, but the first 2 seasons of the second show, Cartoon Network made the first show, Netflix made the other one. I think I've seen like the trailer for it on Netflix or something. It's probably really good. I just haven't seen any of it. All right, so we'll do a recap of everything I did on stream. We have the Salami Cerberus, which I should put into a group so I can easily refer back to it later, next stream. So I definitely want to show Leafy Kitty and the other regulars the Salami Cerberus if they weren't here this week. Let's group up. Get rid of that. All right, Salami Cerberus. Honey Glow, which looks crazy with the white background, but looks great with the dark background. The Firefly Hummingbird. And then we have... who else? We can't forget Caterwing, the Dragapillar, the Monarch Dragapillar. And then we have some warm-up sketches I did, which don't really count, but a Drake, Perry the Platypus, an Aisha, Fairy Aisha, and a Lucin, the Neopets Fairy. Those are all just warm-ups, but the important ones are the hybrids. So, oh, and we have the Weasel Cat. Hello. Almost forgot. Snowflake. Okay. Caterwing, the Dragonfly, the Drago Caterpillar, Weasel Cat, Snowflake, Honeyglow, Hummingbird Firefly, and saving the best for last, Salami, the Cerberus. Not a bad lineup considering in the first like 10 minutes of the stream I was like, oh man, I don't even know if the stream's gonna make it to the hour mark. But we made it to the typical 2-hour mark with like 4 hybrids under our belt and some other sketches, so pretty good stream for a holiday weekend. I really appreciate everybody showing up, new and recurring viewers alike. It was a really fun stream. You love Snowflake. Thank you. I love Snowflake too. That was a good request. Yeah, that's all I got. So I hope everybody's having a safe and fun holiday weekend. I will be back with more regular animal / mythical creature hybrids because I'm having fun doing these and there's a lot of combinations on the wheels that I want to try out. So I might add some more interesting animals to the regular animal wheel because it's looking kind of basic. You guys have much better idea. I think Kakapo is a great idea, for example. Some really good, interesting animal combos for next week. Do I like dragons? Because I did find a channel that created stories from under. I like dragons. Dragons are chill. Yeah. Thank you again, everybody, for showing up. And I will see you all next week. Peace out.